Thanks for renting the Scamper Sonic. This little guy packs a punch, a whole lot of fun, and we're gonna show you exactly how to get set up and ready for your next camping adventure. All right, you're at your campsite, you've backed into place. One of the first things you wanna do is make sure that the camper is level. And you can do that with the tongue jack here. It's an automatic tongue jack lifter. You can go up and down to make sure you have a level playing field for your camper. Once you have your camper level, you can use these stabilization jacks to stabilize the vehicle once you're in and out. This does not level the vehicle. This actually just acts as a stabilizer to make sure it's nice and sturdy when you're inside. Make sure you hit all four corners to stabilize the camper. This camper requires 30 amp service. We do have a extension cord in the vehicle for you. Very simple process. When you get to your campsite, plug into the box and the power provided, and then plug into the camper. Please make sure that there is a blue light that's illuminated here, and if it's not lit, that means you do not have power from the main box. So plug it in, go back to the box, and make sure the power is on. Your campsite should have a power box similar to this. If by chance you only have 50 amp service, we do have an adapter that'll allow you to plug into that 50 amp service. So just plug it in like this and into the box to make sure you have power into the camper. Your camper comes with a freshwater fill tank. If you happen to be boondocking and you need to fill up your tank, please wait until you get to your destination. It's recommended not to travel with a full tank. You can put a couple gallons in this at a time, so if you're traveling, you want to use the sink or the toilet or something like that, you can do so. Hopefully you do have city water provided at the campsite that you are at, and if you don't, you can use this water with a water pump that is provided inside the camper as well. Once you get to your site, if city water is provided, there is an inlet right here for your freshwater hose. Do not confuse the one on the right, which is your freshwater intake, with the black water flush. We'll get to that later when we cover sewage. But when you're at the campsite and you're setting up water, plug in straight here, turn it on at your site, and now you have fresh water going into the camper. The Scamper Sonic is also equipped with an outdoor shower right here in the back of the camper with both hot and cold water. Whether you're renting the Sonic or any of our trailers, it is your responsibility to make sure that the tanks are empty. If you get to a campsite that does offer service right at your site, plug it in and let it go. If not, you can actually utilize this system when you're going to the dump station before you leave wherever you're camping or a roadside truck stop. The first thing you need to know, hook it up to the camper like this, and this will open up and drain your gray water tank. The final step when cleaning out the sewage is obviously leaving the black and gray water tanks open and then flushing with the black water flush. Take your water source, plug it in here, turn it on, and flush the system. Now obviously on the back end, that needs to be draining into a sewage, whether it's dump station or right there at your campsite. One of my favorite features of this vehicle is the outdoor awning. It's a patio shade though, something very important when using these awnings. It's a great space for shading from the sun, but not a great space when you're talking about protecting you from rain. If you happen to have rain or high winds or even low winds, it is advised to actually bring the awning in. These things are very, very particular and very expensive to replace. So if you're leaving the campsite at night or there's any weather on its way, make sure that you actually retract it back to the camper and make sure it's nice and locked in. Just inside the main door and at the edge of the cabinet is your main control panel. You can open it up and see you have your controller for the awning, extend and retract. You also have USB ports here and then on switch for the outside awning lights, lights for outside, and lights inside the vehicle here. Also have 110 outlets and then your solar controller. This vehicle is provided with just a panel to help the 12 volts stay charged, so that way you can keep lights on and the refrigerator when you're in transportation. The air conditioner and the heater are two separate control panels. If you want to use the AC in this camper, it's very easy. You do have to have shore power though. And once you're plugged into shore power, it's as simple as an on-off switch, a hot and cold temperature switch on the AC as well. If you're traveling in the colder months, the camper is equipped with a thermostat here on the wall. The heat is run through the propane system. To the left it is off, and over to the right will adjust the heat and the temperature for inside for your comfort. Got a nice dual freezer and refrigerator here in the camper. If you're plugged into your vehicle and traveling, you should be able to operate this without any issue, as it's just 12 volts. So as long as you have power coming from your vehicle to this vehicle, this can run and stay cold while you're en route. Here in the bathroom, you have a nice closet, a sink, as well as a shower, and of course the commode. Very important information is, please only RV grade toilet paper into the sewage system and nothing else but your bodily functions. They're very, very temperamental and get clogged up and damaged very easily. So RV quality toilet paper, and then of course whatever you leave behind. Here in the bathroom is a monitor setup. Several things you can monitor in here. Your battery strength, as well as your fresh and gray water tanks, black water tanks, all can be monitored here with these LED buttons. You also have the water pump, so if you're not hooked up to city water and you need to pump water into the system for the sink or shower or whatever. And then water heater, you have a button here for gas as well as electric. If you do have shore power, obviously we recommend that you use the electric to heat the water. If you're boondocking and need hot water, you can use the gas button on and off right there. If you're a real adventurer and you're camping in sub-freezing temperatures, you can turn on your tank heater right here to make sure that the water tank water does not freeze. The Scamper Sonic is a cozy little traveler, and it's great for two people. Got a nice little love seat right here and a table that's stored underneath, so you can sit, have dinner, and hang out, whatever you like. This also converts into the bed with a Murphy bed system. It's as simple as lifting the love seat like a futon, pushing that down into position. A little latch right here that releases the Murphy bed. Fold out, and then of course your mattress. And now it's time for some magic. To convert the bed back into your living room, it's as simple as folding up the mattress, getting that out of the way there. You got to fold here, and up goes the Murphy bed. Lock it in position, and then grab the futon from the back, lift up, push, and now it's time for guests. This vehicle is equipped with a 12-volt battery. It'll be in the on position through most of your travels, allowing for 12-volt access inside the camper. The only time you really want to turn it off is if you're boondocking and you're leaving it for an extended period of time, because it'll just drain this battery and you'll come back and have no power at all. So if you're planning on leaving it and it is boondocked, you're not plugged into shore power, just flip this into the off position. Well, that concludes your tutorial of the Scamper Sonic. I hope you have a great time on the road, and happy trails.